Have you ever noticed, when you have nothing, even your own people disappear? What if one day, you have a home, but it doesn't feel like yours? And what if your father is alive, but completely helpless? The truth is harsh. Poverty doesn't just take money. It takes your respect too. In a small town, there lived a boy named Ethan. His father, Robert, used to be a hard-working laborer. But after an accident, he could barely walk. He couldn't work anymore. Their relatives were around, but no one stood with them. "We all have our own problems," they said, and walked away. Ethan saw everything, but stayed silent. "I just need a little more time. I'll fix everything," he kept saying. But he didn't realize, life had already stopped giving him time. Ethan's life was slowly falling apart. But everything was so quiet. No one noticed. Rent was overdue. Food was coming on credit. His mother went to relatives, asking for help, but came back with cold faces and empty hands. "Handle your own life," they told her. No one visited them anymore. No one asked about them. Robert stayed silent most of the time. Sometimes he looked at the door, as if waiting for someone. But no one came. One day, Ethan saw his mother crying quietly. Not for money, but for dignity. That moment shook him. But still, he did what he always did. He waited. "I'll fix everything tomorrow," he said again. But this time, even tomorrow refused to come. And the next day, changed everything. The next day, felt different. Ethan came home, and the door was slightly open. The house was too quiet. His heart started racing. "Mom," he called. No answer. Then he saw his father, lying on the floor. His walking stick was thrown aside. His breathing was weak. Ethan rushed to him. "Dad, please get up." But Robert couldn't move. His mother stood in the corner, tears in her eyes, but nothing in her hands. "We don't have money for a doctor," she whispered. Ethan froze. For the first time, he had no words, no excuses, no tomorrow. He called relatives. No one answered. In that moment, he understood something painful. Poverty isn't just hunger, it's loneliness. And that day, something inside Ethan broke. Or maybe, for the first time, something inside him woke up. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. One image kept repeating in his mind. His father, lying helpless on the floor. His mother's tears. That silent house. For the first time, he stopped lying to himself. He wasn't weak. He was running away. From responsibility. From fear. From hard work. And that escape brought him here, where no one stood with him. He looked at his hands, empty. And then, he made a decision. No more tomorrow. No more waiting. Just now. Before sunrise. He stood up, looked at his father, and said softly, "I'll fix this." He walked out. No plan. No money. Just a burning decision inside him. But he had no idea. Life was about to break him, before it rebuilt him. The next morning, Ethan stood at a construction site. No skills, no strength, just need. The foreman looked at him. "Can you work?" Ethan nodded. "I will." And life started teaching him the hard way. Lifting bricks, mixing cement, standing in the heat. His hands tore open. His body ached. More than once, he wanted to quit. "This isn't for me," his old voice returned. But then, he remembered his father on the ground, his mother crying, and he didn't stop. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. No one praised him. No one noticed him. But slowly, he changed. He stopped making excuses. He started carrying weight. For the first time, he wasn't running. He was fighting. And the real result was still coming. Years passed, and Ethan was no longer the same boy. He started as a laborer, then took small contracts, then built his own team. Slowly, he became the owner. The same boy, who had nothing. One day, he returned to that same street. Same houses, same people, but everything felt different. Those same relatives, who once ignored him, were now standing around him. "Ethan, do you remember us?" He smiled, but said nothing. Instead, he looked at his father in a wheelchair, eyes filled with pride. His mother, finally at peace. And in that moment, he understood. Respect is not given. It is earned. So if people ignore you today, don't stop. One day, they won't be able to ignore you. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs it. And subscribe to Hope Tales. Because some stories don't just inspire, they change lives.